Hey Ryan, we are finally here. I'm forgetting something Sion. I'm just gonna call it the mech helmet. You know what I'm talking about. Um, so finally done. This thing was a beast to make. I was thinking while I was making it if I was gonna post it as a listing to do in the future. And quite frankly, I think I'm just gonna be one and done on this one. This thing had a lot of complications. So for starters, it came out great. I mean, the painting came out great. You can see that. Got all the colors in there. Your LED eyes here, the jaw things. I mean, came out beautifully. Very smooth, which was by far the most difficult part. You can see on the back here, there's a bit of this indentation still, because at a certain point of me layering putty, it would actually become more brittle. So I got that. It's still very smooth though, and it's in an odd spot in the back. Probably not, unless I'm pointing it out, you don't really notice it. But this front bit here came out real nice and smooth. Really, the whole thing. Um, so to explain why this one took so long, because of the shape of this helmet, and the helmets all have to be printed, especially ones this big, in multiple pieces, and then I plastic weld them together and then sand out those combination lines. The pieces here have such, I don't even know, just such specific geometry that they just would not print well. This top section was two pieces split down the middle. I probably printed those pieces 4 or 5 times a piece before getting one that was even usable. And because they're so thick in different areas, I can't plastic weld, like say, but between this fin, like I can't go under and get in there because the fin itself is not, is flat on the bottom, so I can't get between them. So I had to sort of work around that stuff. But as you can see, it does look like one piece. The lots of layers of putty later, as I'm sure you saw in those photos. And you can see on the inside, it's very straightforward. So there's not a lot of room for me to work with things like that. But very happy with how it came out. Hope you are as well. So let's get into the details with it. So first of all, it's just a simple one piece. Put it on from above. And now on the inside here, I usually don't put in any foam because I don't have the heads here to size it. But for this one, I put some foam over the wires because the RGB changing LEDs are a lot bulkier than what I normally work with. But right here, this box, it's sticking out a little bit, you can see on the bottom. So it's sticking out like that so that while it's on, while you're wearing this, you can access the switch, and then which is right here. And it's facing out like this because if I put it the other way around, you wouldn't be able to access the batteries, which come out on the other side. I don't know why they don't put both on the same side. It's really annoying, but that's how they do it. So this is where, there we go. This is where you access your batteries. You just slide this plate right off, 3 AA's. I will include the ones I have in here right now. And then while you're wearing it, you'll be able to access the on-off switch from the outside. And it sticks out just a little bit, but when you're wearing it, it's not really something you would notice. Okay, and we're back. Had a little phone call in the middle of that. So anyway, yeah, I was talking about the battery box. Turn it on with the switch on the outside, just like that. And then you can see right here along the inside, so that you can still, again, use this while you're wearing it, is the control box. So let me just check. Okay, so there's a button right here you can press. Changes the color. Came out really nice, color changing. Haven't done those before, so that was interesting. Now, I have noticed that when it gets to the end of the cycle, oh, there you go. It takes a couple presses when you get to the end of the cycle at red. I'm not sure why, but as you can see, they'll keep changing. And then there's also a button to do demo mode, which just has them constantly changing. You can press this one in the middle to change the speed of that, or you just simply press the color button and they'll go to a solid color. So I know blue, from what I remember on the photos, is the main one, so I'll leave it on that for now. Again, off switch right there. Hopefully you can hear this well over the sound of the printers going in the background. But yeah, that's the end for the electronic explanation. Now, in terms of the foam, I cut a lot more than usual out for this one because of the internal space, but luckily while it made the creation of the helmet difficult, it made your life easier in that there's a lot of very flat, squared off spaces for you. So for starters, you've got a whole bunch, I'm going to include these, whole bunch of these angled pieces, so I'll take one out and show you. Now, you can glue these in with any adhesive. I use this Sion stuff from Amazon. It's pretty cheap and it's really strong and dries pretty quick, but any glue that you have should work well. Basically, before I get into the specifics, put the helmet on. Places there's room, glue one of these in, usually symmetrically in different places. Put it on, see how much room, glue another layer on top. You want to make small adjustments so you don't accidentally make it too tight. Now, this angled one, you can see up here, this angled bit up top, this angle on the foam will align right there so it doesn't cover the eyes at all. And so these two sides where it angles in towards the head, I think those will be very good spots to put these, and I'm including a bunch of them so you can, even if you split this to both sides, that's pretty thick if you ended up needing all of them. But you want to combine different locations, like put in a layer in each location you want to put one, test it, can try again. Don't just go in one spot until it pushes into you, because then you're not going to be able to fill anywhere else and it'll be annoying. So yeah, for these on the outside, it's like right here. Put these in, that'll be good because it angles in right onto your head. And then luckily for the rest, you just have this one shaped piece. I'm including a whole lot of these. A lot more than I usually would just because I'm not sure how many you're gonna need, but my recommendation is, so up here you have those angled bits. I wouldn't cover these two areas on the back unless you really want to. I would instead do right here in the middle, stack up there until it reaches your head, nice and snug when you have the fronts combined. Also, very top, honestly the eyes line up pretty well, so you shouldn't need more than one of these up here to maintain the eye line and just, for comfort. But either way, it'll fit nicely right up in there, fits nicely right up in here. I already put some foam on these side bits, but if you wanted to stack more of these here, or even long ways right there, I would actually recommend doing long ways on both sides to go towards the side of your head. But combine here, up here, these sides, those angled bits. I really wouldn't put anything up here towards the eyes, but it's up to you really. And yeah, the only reason I don't do that stuff myself is because I don't have your head here for me to actually, make those small adjustments to make the fit perfect. So I just try and give you as much foam and stuff to play with as possible and it's really, again, put it in with glue, it's really easy. Make sure you can get that perfect fit. So I'll be sending all of this foam, all these foam cutouts cut to those exact sizes on the inside. And also, while I was doing it, got some scrap pieces here. They have no specific purpose, but figured I'd toss them in rather than throwing them out. So if you want to put these in little random locations or somewhere that needs a small adjustment, toss it in there. And so you'll be getting all that foam and the helmet. I'll include those batteries in there. And I really hope you're happy with it. It's been a long journey getting this one done, but certainly a cool piece to make, and it came out really well. So thank you.